category is my favorite DVD to Blu-ray upgrade or new issue. Now, before I begin, let me just point out that when I use the word upgrade for purposes of this discussion, I mean very simply an upgrade from a DVD to a Blu-ray. So in that sense, most, if not all, of the DVD release is essentially duplicated for the Blu-ray, except that the format is different, and therefore the covers are usually the same, and the supplementary material or the special features are more or less the same. When I use the phrase new issue, I mean a new cover design, maybe a variety of supplementary features that are different. So in a sense, it's a new release of the same title. So I'm going to combine them together here, and I'm going to talk about my top 5 favorite upgrades or new issues of DVD titles to Blu-ray. So, and I also acknowledge that I think there is a fine line between an upgrade and a new issue, because sometimes maybe 1 or 2 supplements might be changed, but that could be enough. So even if it's 1 or 2 supplements, even though the number of supplements that is different is low, which itself might suggest a simple upgrade, maybe the nature of the supplements that have changed is such that it's a significant change, therefore it could be considered a new issue. So I think there's room for debate as to what one means versus the other, and there could be overlap or nuanced distinctions that could be made. But for the most part, because of those discussions and debates that are possible in terms of interpretation of the two terms, I've decided to group them together into one grouping for purposes of this video. Maybe next year or going forward, I'll try to find a way to distinguish between the two. But for now, let me group them together and talk about my 5 favorite DVD to Blu-ray new issues or upgrades. Number 5 is what I would consider to be an upgrade, which is Mishima. Now this is spine number 432, and he is right here. So there is, in a sense, same design, and the supplements are the same. So this is a 4K digital transfer for the Blu-ray. And so there is a difference in visual quality, but for the most part, I would consider this to be an upgrade. And what a great upgrade it is, because this is one of my favorite films in the Criterion collection. I've discussed this film before, and I adore this film to bits. Ken Ogata is brilliant. The Philip Glass score is one of the greatest scores ever, in my opinion. And Paul Schrader's direction is master class. He is directing this film, which is for the most part in Japanese, and he is in Japan, which is, I would assume, to be outside of his comfort zone, and he creates a film that I don't think would have been possible to make by a Japanese filmmaker. He just creates something that is so bizarre and yet so on target. Brilliant film, Mishima, my number 5 favorite DVD to Blu-ray upgrade or new issue. Number 4 is this film. This is spine number 320, Young Mr. Lincoln. This is the DVD, and here is the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is a new 4K digital restoration, which is lovely. But what makes this even more special is, while the DVD did not have any audio commentary track, this has a new audio commentary track for this Blu-ray by none other than the great Joseph McBride. This is one of the great commentaries, and what's great about it is that to be perfectly honest, I find this film to be, I don't think it's great. I think it's okay, or at least I thought I did, but when I saw the film with the commentary track and I heard the enthusiasm of Joseph McBride, I began to understand why this film is a good film. It's still not my favorite film ever made, but I appreciate it more now with the commentary than I did back then when I didn't have access to a commentary. Therefore, I think the addition of the commentary by Joseph McBride on this new Blu-ray is just startling and fantastic. This is a great commentary track, so I would recommend that you get the Blu-ray of Young Mr. Lincoln with the Joseph McBride audio commentary track. So anyway, this is my number 4 favorite DVD to Blu-ray upgrade or new issue. Number 3 is this one, which is The Passion of Joan of Arc. This is spine number 62. This is great. This is really great. This is a new issue or a reissue. I'll use the phrase new issue because there is new cover art and there are new supplements, and this is a new 2K digital restoration. And what's great about this release is that it has different presentation of the film at different frame rates or frame speeds, and that could affect the nature of the film as it plays and how it affects you as a viewer. A very astute choice on the part of Criterion to make that distinction with the presentation of the film. Brilliant choice. And also there are 3 different score choices now versus the earlier DVD release. And the 3 score choices are the Voices of Light score, which was there before, but also there is Goldfrapp's Will Gregory and Portishead's Adrian Utley score, and then there's another score by pianist Mie Yanashita. So again, more variety and more ways to view and appreciate this film, and again with different selections. Fantastic. Then there is the audio commentary, which was available, I believe, here. Yes, which is the yes. It's called an audio essay by Kasper Tsupier, and that is carried over here as well. But there are also new interviews and new conversations and a new video essay included on this Blu-ray. So this is, I think, overall a stellar new issue of The Passion of Joan of Arc. Really a great upgrade / new issue. Fantastic. This film is vital. This is important. And yet this also goes towards the nature of silent film and also how one views silent film. There isn't just one way. I mean, frame rates can change, and also musical scores can change. Also watching it silent can change. So there are many aspects and facets to silent film, and especially a film as important as The Passion of Joan of Arc. So this is my 3rd favorite DVD to Blu-ray release. Well done, Criterion. Well done. Next, my number 2 favorite DVD to Blu-ray release, which is spine number 89, Sisters. This is Brian De Palma's film, and here is the new 4K digital restoration. What's great about this new release is that there are a number of new features as well. There is a new interview with actress Jennifer Salt, which is a great one, and it has little tidbits and information about the background production, which I never knew until I heard that interview. There is some information about the relationship on set between Margot Kidder and Brian De Palma. Fascinating stuff. And so I am just thrilled to bits with this new presentation. It is lovely, and the film Sisters is one that I've also spoken of before. It is a Brian De Palma film that I care so deeply about. It scares me, it shocks me. It isn't for the faint-hearted. It's certainly a very scary and bloody film, but if you can stomach that, it is quite a a lovely little shocker. And it is, of course, it's derivative of Hitchcock in many areas, but there are also flourishes that are pure De Palma. And I think that is a great combination of a lovely cocktail of a film that is Sister. This is my number 2 favorite DVD to Blu-ray release. So Sisters by Brian De Palma. If you haven't seen it, and if you're okay with scary films, highly recommended. Last is my number 1 favorite DVD to Blu-ray release, which is Andrei Rublev, Spine number 34. This is magnificent. This is magnificent because this had the what was known at the time to be the 205-minute director's cut. But here we have what is asserted to be the 183-minute cut that was preferred by Tarkovsky, but also we have the 205-minute cut. And so there is a nice ability to compare the two versions, which I have done so, and it's a pretty fascinating exercise. I plan to discuss this very soon, hopefully early next year, so maybe on that occasion I will try to discuss the specific differences between the two versions. There are also a lot of other great supplemental materials here. The Steamroller and the Violin, which is the student film by Tarkovsky, and also the 1966 documentary called The Three Andres. Then there is On the Set of Andrei Rublev, with archival footage on the making of the film, and new documentary on the film, plus a new interview with film scholar Robert Bird, and also scene by scene, selected scene commentary, which was carried over from this, plus a new video essay and a new English subtitle translation. So all in all, it is a fine new issue or reissue of the old DVD. So this is magnificent, a magnificent DVD to Blu-ray release by Criterion. It was a long time coming. I know people were expecting it, and it was really pleasant to see it arrive and become an actual thing, to become reality. Andrei Rublev is one of the most important films in the collection. It is breathtaking, it is beautiful, it is shocking, it is morose, and it is quite provocative, and it goes to the nature not only of religion and humanity, but also the nature of art, and also the very act of creation and the struggle of humanity and man with respect to this act of creation, and how that act of creation creates the basis for what we might call the will to live. This is an overwhelming film, powerful to its core. Andrei Rublev, my number 1 favorite DVD to Blu-ray release this year. Okay, my friends, so let me end it there, and I will see you at the next category. If you have any questions, of course, please feel free to let me know down below. If you have any comments about other DVD to Blu-ray releases that occurred, please let me know below. And yes, I look forward to seeing you again very soon.